All right, so let's talk about training. Training is very important. Um, there's more method, more methods out there of acting than there are types of fuel to buy these days. There's Stanislavski, there's Adler, there's tons and tons and tons of different methods, and which one's right for you, which one's the best, which one works, which um, I'm gonna probably make some people a little upset here, and I don't mean to. It's nothing personal, but I view acting techniques the same way I view religion. You should study all of them and then pick what works for you. You know, every individual's different. Different Meisner techniques might work for you, and then a couple Stanislavski methods might work for you, and then a little Adler might work for you. So you can combine them. There's nothing wrong with that. Whatever is going to bring you to the most interesting choice, that's what's right. There's the beautiful thing about acting is there's no right or wrong. There's what works for you and what makes you look flat and boring, and that's obviously wrong for you. You know. Um, so as far as methods, I'm not going to say choose this or choose this or choose this. Choose all of them, and then you'll find even within different characters, you're going to pick different pieces of different techniques that are going to cater more towards that character. Um, Study all of them. Knowledge is power. You have to know all of them in order to make a wise choice like that. Um, I'm a firm believer in improv. Improv, and I'm not a comedic actor. I'm not funny. I don't claim to be funny, and I don't necessarily want to do comedies. Um, Yet improv is essential, even to somebody like me. You really should take an improv class, and they're a lot of fun. Even if you know it's not a training that you're going to be, you don't want to be on Whose Line Is It Anyway, or whatever the case is. You should have that available to you. You even in a dramatic sequence, you never know when they're going to want a little bit of improv on the day, just to shoot and to have it. So take it, and you'll enjoy it. A scene study class you should always be in consistently. It just keeps your chops up, and you're going to often make a lot riskier choices in class than you ever would in an audition, and infinitely more than you'll ever be allowed to on a film set. That you're pretty much, not allowed to make a choice at all. That's going to be made for you, especially as a guest star or co-star or whatever. When you're first and second on the call sheet, they'll listen to maybe to an opinion that you have. It depends what director you're working with. If you're third on the call sheet, they just want you to shut up. So third or lower, just shut up and say the words. So if you want to if you enjoy acting, you need to do that in class, because in the film industry that just gets pretty squashed down, and it's not that fun. The most essential class that I can't praise enough is a solid audition class. If you live in Los Angeles, go take Craig Wallace's audition technique. If you don't, he has a book out called The Best of You. Buy that book right now. As soon as this video is over, go online and buy that book. The audition is the most awkward situation that you'll ever be put in. It's very, very awkward. And we as actors think the audition is about the read. The audition has very little to do with the read. It's how you enter the room. It's how you exit the room. It's how you present yourself before. It has very little to do with your lines. It has to do with handling an adjustment which is not necessarily the way they want to see the character. But, you know, either the class, if you're lucky enough to take it, or the book will sort of guide you more on that journey. And, I mean, let's face it, you could spend all the money in the world on acting classes. If you don't take an audition class, you're not going to book the job. If you don't book the job, you can't afford acting classes anymore. You're going to be packing your bags and leaving. This is very true with every major casting director. Smaller casting directors you can sometimes slide through. They'll actually be watching the read more than watching somebody that's going to not make them look bad. And that's why they're a smaller casting director. The big ones know instantly. There's been some instances where I've seen people that have gotten the kibosh put to them and they didn't even get to read. They walked in the door, turned around, and walked right out. You know, 3-step rule. Step, thank you very much, have a great day. Casting director doesn't even know if they spoke English. They just knew that they weren't right. And that has nothing to do with your look. That has to do with whether they feel confident in you. And you can't fake it. You can't fake that at all. So take an audition class. Learn how to audition. Or you're not going to book the nice big jobs. And if you're not booking the nice big jobs, you're not going to make enough money to survive. So that being said, we're going to move on to money.